Hi, good morning. We're here with Bob Procter. How are you doing, Bob?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning.
Good stuff. Looking forward to hearing this interview because it's sort of a specific company at time. You're a man of varied experience, so there's going to be a lot to share and knowledge to be gained from having a chat with you. So if we kick things off by you just telling us a little bit about who you are, what it is you do or have done, and yeah, kind of how long you've been doing it for, please.
Bob Procter, currently the owner of a commercial cleaning company called 4Serve, but owning 4Serve is only a very small part of a story that spans well over 30 years now. Makes me feel old, but it seems to have gone in a flash.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I've been involved in so many different things. Over the years, I've been involved in businesses and created and taken on businesses, turned businesses around in sectors such as retail, predominantly service businesses where we've got a portfolio of contracts and we offer a service to businesses and become a cog in their business machine. So recently sold a water cooler company to the major player in that sector, and we'd started that. I say we because I've got a fellow director who's a friend, been a friend for 20 something years. We built that company up and sold it after 22 years. There's a cycle in that sector where if the numbers are right, you press the button and you get out. We've avoided that over the years, but decided to press it this time. So one of the biggest businesses I've ever been involved with, that's gone. And now I'm on the journey with 4Serve to grow that, when really running two businesses alongside each other maybe slowed the growth of 4Serve a little bit. But now I'm on a journey to build that, and eventually, it's a portfolio business. It'll be built for sale.
Excellent. So in terms of that business journey that is varied and long, with the 30 years of experience, if you could describe that journey, what it's been like for you, what would you say that has looked like if you were plotting it on a graph? Ups and downs, nice.
Like most SMEs, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Plenty of highs, plenty of lows, for all sorts of reasons. Yeah, many frustrations, long hours, lost sleep, but it's been fantastic. It's been absolutely fantastic. I found out very early that I was not cut out for the corporate world. I could work for somebody else, no problem at all, but I could not climb the slippery corporate pole and be sidetracked by things that were of no interest to me, and I don't do politics very well. So I made a decision to be my own boss as soon as I possibly could. And so you might be surprised to know that started long before it was the thing to do. I moved my family, including two young children, two young sons, to Spain and started a business in Spain. And it wasn't a bar, and it wasn't a restaurant, and it wasn't and all that sort of thing. But that's where I cut my teeth, for sure. I learned a tremendous amount there. What came out of that, on a personal front, a great deal. Looking at a different culture, trying to work within a system where, at best, I speak pidgin Spanish with a Yorkshire accent. That gave me the grounding, and when I came back, I actually went to work for somebody who later became my business partner in a sector that I'd grown to know or understand very well. And that's what started the water cooler business. And from there, yeah, we've dabbled in other things. I think that's part of that's been part of the attraction for me. I've never been pigeonholed. I've been able to step in and step out and take a calculated risk. I've never been frightened to step off the cliff, but just as long as I know how high that cliff is. So I've learned that for sure. What else have I learned? So many things. I think I've met 4 people in my life who have actually changed or not changed my world, maybe formed my world and how I operate. So I've been very quick to take good things from good people. I've been very poor in not sidelining people who maybe I shouldn't have given as much time to. But that's a skill that I think people get over years. As a business person or as a business owner, you definitely get that over the years. I could go on and on about what I've got really from it.
Breadth of experience, there's obviously a lot there. So
yeah,
if we kind of look in at the future, what does that look like for you?
Well, in the sector that I operate in at the moment, I think the future's bright. I think, well, I see nothing but a bright future for the cleaning industry. What the number of opportunities that are already out there are fantastic. But I do think I say that with a little bit of caution, because I still think that cleaning as a whole is not valued in the way that it should be and needs to be. And if ever that you needed an example of that, then COVID-19 absolutely, highlighted that beyond anybody's belief. So yes, people need to, or companies need to recognize that there is value in investing or paying for top quality commercial cleaning services. And I think there's plenty of opportunities out there in that sector. I'm also absolutely, and you might ask me this a little bit later, but I'm absolutely totally motivated and inspired to get involved with anything that has a positive impact on this country's biodiversity. And I'm working very hard at the moment to provide the platform for smaller businesses, SMEs, to get involved in projects that they can then show they've made a difference to the biodiversity in any part of the UK. And that's very exciting at the moment.
Yes, it's something that's definitely needed, and assistance in that area for SMEs who want to do things but not sure exactly what the right things to do are.
Yeah.
And yeah, when
it's very difficult. They're busy running the businesses. I understand that. Yeah. They're not thinking about tadpoles. They're not thinking about butterflies.
Yeah.
And we need to. Everybody thinks about bumblebees. They're de rigueur at the moment, but there's all these other things there. And once somebody, I want to be the guy that walks into somebody's business and says, look, this is what we do. This is what we've got. If you want to be part of that, and if you want an amazing story and you want to support this, here's a cost-effective way of doing it. And this is what you can, I don't know, offset against what you're doing. So, and when I say offset, I'm very careful about that word, because I'm not a big fan of carbon credits and carbon offsetting and this, that, and the other, because I think that's a minefield at the moment, because nobody knows how to measure those properly. So, yeah, that's what's caught me at the moment.
So you got a couple of things with that, the cleaning business and this biodiversity
Yeah.
interest and business you got going forward. What do you see as the main challenges are if you've got a couple of businesses like that to maintain growth?
I'd like to think that I'm at a point now where I can see clearly how I can manage both. Again, probably I should have possibly said this earlier. Managing the growth of any business that you start is just as crucial as or critical to whether you'll succeed or fail as the number of sales you put on your business plan or whatever. I'm at a point in my world where I've clearly, or I can see clearly how I can manage both. I'd like to run both and grow both very quickly. However, I'm not going to lose any sleep over the fact that I know I can't grow them maybe as fast as I'd like. But I'm pretty sure that it won't take too long. It certainly won't be another 20 years, that's for sure. But yeah, I just on a personal level, in terms of biodiversity on a personal level, I'll do that and make a difference.
Yeah.
4Serve, I think we'll grow it to a certain point, and yeah, we'll put it out there for somebody to come and snaffle us up.
Right. So you've shared a number of things there in terms of lessons and learning journey that you've been on throughout your career or business kind of career, I say, not in the traditional sense of the definition.
Yeah.
But if you could pick one thing out of that as the best lesson that you've had, what would that be as one that you could share?
The best lesson, wow.
Yeah. Out of the many that you've had to date.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, and there are things that I did that I wouldn't have done, or there's things that I would have changed and things like that. But if I'm honest, the biggest thing I've learned as a business owner is, and I carry this with me everywhere now, in personal life and in professional life, is to recognize talent around a table. There is talent around every table that you sit at. My advice or my thought is, knowing what I know, if you can see that talent, then employ it, train it, nurture it, keep it, and watch that talent then make your business better. You can't do it on your own. It's impossible. And if you find that talent, then use it. We're quick to discard people. I've seen it so many times. And you need to understand people and understand how they tick, how they work, what buttons to press, and you'd be amazed at what people then go on and do for your business.
Yeah, that's a fantastic share. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
So if you were to give some advice to someone who's starting out business, would that be it, or would there be sort of an additional piece of advice?
Well, that's one thing I've learned. The advice that I'd give to any, say, youngster is pretty succinct, actually. The first thing I'd tell them to do is don't lie. Don't lie. Be humble and be open to learning and change. And if they do that and they go into an industry or into a role that they want to go into, if they carry that with them, then I think that opens them up as a person. And if the right manager and the right business owner is working with them, again, the business benefits. But yeah, don't lie. Don't lie. It's a silly little thing, but it's massive. It's massive.
It's another great share. Thank you very much. Um, what inspires you to do what you do? I know I can see the passion around the things that you've done, and
Yeah.
obviously the environment and that latest kind of project and business. But is there inspiration to share to do what you do? I could hazard a guess, about leaving the world in a better place and things like that. With friends, family, anything you read. You've got plenty of books in the background there. Anything of that kind of nature, inspiration that you'd like to sort of share and mention in your own words, really?
Whilst I've got a lot of books, and probably you can see only some of them, I have to confess most of those are on cricket, so we won't go. I'm a cricket badger, absolutely I am. But that aside, yes, I've been very happy to, in terms of my own self-development, take the time to read about the success of others. And just because I've got the opportunity, I've got this platform now to say what I'm saying. I don't expect that to work for everybody, but there are some fundamental things, even in what I say, that I've picked up along the way that mold me into the person that I am and have been. I will say I think I'm a better person now than I was 30 years ago when I started all this. I'm certainly a more educated person when it comes to business and things like that. But sorry, I think I've sidetracked. What was the question again?
Right, that's okay. We go in terms of the inspiration that you use. So,
well, what inspires me, and sorry,
what inspires you to do what you do?
Well, I do love the autonomy and the fact that I can actually be myself without fear or concern that I'm going to, well, I won't say hurt others, but I just get on and do what I do, and I'm happy that I can do that. That doesn't mean I'm the quintessential one-man band who used to send children up chimneys and things like that, but I don't mean it in that way at all. I love the fact, and I get my fuel from the fact that I can get up and go and do pretty much what I've chosen to do. And I'm very fortunate because back in the day I worked in a job that I didn't enjoy. And yet everybody was telling me it's a good, safe job, a job for life, a pension, this, that just wasn't me at all. But I actually did something about that. So yeah, I'm inspired to go out and make something happen.
Fantastic, the freedom that gives you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So lastly, in terms of sort of what you're up to and sharing any latest news, or even if it's just a website or two in your case that you may want to share or direct people towards in terms of finding out a bit more about what you're up to, feel free.
Well, I mean, 4Serve, if you just go to 4serve.co.uk, you'll see what we're about. And yes, we have an important role to play in people's buildings and in their the safety and the well-being of both our employees and anybody visiting their premises and things like that. So you'll find out what we do there. I would say if you're going to look at that website, or you've got a need for any sort of review, or even thinking of introducing cleaning into your facilities, then I'm happy to, or we're happy to go out. We'll give you a free of charge, without any obligation, a thorough cleaning audit of your building, and we'll leave you then with the information or the tools to introduce a cleaning regime, that would address current issues you might have, that'd ensure consistent levels of cleaning, and introduce a program of preventative cleaning measures. So that's worth something in itself. You don't have to then go and employ 4Serve to do it. We'd love you to, but in terms of biodiversity, I would just say, just bear with me. Biodiversity UK has got a Facebook page, but you have to bear with me until we pull everything together, and then we'll launch the website. But if you want to talk about how your business can make a difference, both in either in your local area or elsewhere across the UK, then yeah, get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to come and have a discussion with you.
Fantastic. Bob, been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for sharing your wealth of experience. It's been really, really good. Thank you.
Mike, thank you very much.